Hey everyone, it's your girl Alfia. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Today we're going to be talking about divorced sisters. Now, I had to redo this video because I can't remember the ladies' names. I remember Geneva, Naomi, Rashida, and I couldn't remember the other ladies' name. I know Naomi. Okay, so it doesn't matter. But either way, we're going to talk about some things. We're going to unpack the first episode. So the episode opens up with Geneva and Tiffany in the carpool, going to pick up Anika, Geneva's little 5-year-old daughter. And they were talking about their marriage, and Tiffany is getting a divorce, and she is currently a real estate agent, and Geneva is an attorney. I think she is a divorce attorney. Let's break it down. So there are 5 girls. There is Tiffany, there is Rashida, Geneva, Rashida, okay, and Naomi. And Tiffany and Naomi are currently divorced, and Bridget is currently just dating someone right now, and they're not married. So Geneva and Rashida are the only ones married right now. Naomi and her husband Frank got a divorce, and she is currently having, like, I would say, a crash out. You know, basically she's still hurting because her husband is, I think, married or dating somebody, a white lady. And she's not too happy or fond about that. And she's just really, I think she's still in love. But we will learn more about this episode. So this is just the first episode. So just bear with me. Let me unpack some things. Now I will say this. I was expecting a little more because I was like, okay. I wouldn't say it was moving slow or fast. I was just like, okay. It has some good moments. Now, I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. I think Naomi's going to be my favorite because I really do like her, because she's going to be the one that's going to be misunderstood, that's crashing out. And, you know, basically they're trying to get her to basically kind of not, like, crash out about it. Because they said Geneva, which is played by Kadeen Andreas, which is Deval Ellis' wife. And I'm so proud of her, and I'm so happy for her. Geneva is just like her, but like a calmer version, because Naomi's the more crash out, and Geneva is too, but she's more the classy kind. Basically, like, I try to keep it under wraps, but it's there, but it's not gonna be over the top. So let's get into it. Okay, so they pick up Geneva's little girl and they head home, and who's course sitting right there? Naomi is. Okay, and we also meet Bridget. She works at the church alongside Rashida. I guess she is her, like, her husband has the right hand, so I guess Bridget is Rashida's right hand. But Bridget has loose lips. So who is that in, like, the group? That's like Sabrina. So I would dictate, let's see how we're gonna name all 5. Yeah, okay, let's just wait. But okay, so Bridget is loose lips. Loose lips sink ships. But okay, of course, she's not really supposed to. If you're working at a church, I know you're not supposed to be telling secrets, but, you know, of course, everybody tells secrets that they're not supposed to tell. And I'll be like, Okay, so we see them having a board meeting with Jeff. And Jeff, oh Lord have mercy, I do not like how he did Rashida in that meeting. He was like, you know, I need 3 minutes to talk, and Rashida needs 3 hours. That's all we have. You know, we're gonna build and, like, get another church because we can cut down on the 3 services, because, you know, my wife likes to talk. And I was just like, what? I just didn't like how he was coming for his wife, and he was trying to make it a joke, but that ain't funny. That really isn't. And I really felt bad for Rashida in that moment. Rashida begged me, I told him, look here, little mother sucker. Yeah, but I probably said the other thing. I just didn't like how he was coming for Rashida. She didn't deserve that. And even when his right hand said, you know, we have to go, and she was like, can I speak to my husband outside? She went outside to go talk to him, and she asked him to step away, and the guy just looked at her husband, and she's like, you didn't see, I have authority too, like, you need to go too. And he was like, can I go? He was like, yeah, you're dismissed, whatever. I'm looking like, she's like, so he just dismissed what I say? I'm like, wow. Okay, so Naomi, like I said, Naomi is at Geneva's house, and she, of course, sees the little girl, and she says a cuss word in front of her because she's upset because he's filing a restraining order on her, I think, because she, how do we say it? She's basically, Naomi's going through a lot. She is, and it's, I will say this is not an exception to her behavior, but I don't know all what she's been through. But like I said, I don't know how long they were married, I don't know when they got divorced or whatever it is. And she was like, Geneva was like, you already have the money, so let it go. She's like, whose side are you on? Or she's like, I'm gonna get another lawyer. And she left. She's like, because you're not on my side or whatever. And how do we say it? Naomi's like, she done fired every lawyer here, so she not have to fire you or whatever. And they go in the house or whatever, and because the nanny does take Anika in the house, and Geneva and Naomi are talking. Not Naomi, I'm sorry. Geneva and Tiffany. No, not Tiffany are talking. And of course they get on the phone with Bridget, and Bridget's telling them what's going on or whatever. And it was like, Geneva was like, they tell her they want to talk to. They tell Bridget that they want to talk to First Lady and hold on, I'm getting confused. Hold on. It's not Bridget. Okay, let me go down the list again. It's Naomi, Geneva. Is it Bridget? Hold on. Y'all bear with me. Jesus. I have to really write these. Okay. Is it Bridget? Oh, it is Bridget. I'm sorry. So Bridget Bridget is on the phone with Geneva and Naomi. And she tells the First Lady, she knocks on her door and says, hey, Geneva is on the phone or whatever. So I'm guessing that Geneva is one of the friends that's, basically there for each other, and she talks to all her friends or whatever, and she tries to be like the mediator or whatever. Okay, so Naomi's getting packed up to leave or whatever, because it's in the middle, it's like dinner time or whatever. So the little girl Nika is playing with her Barbie dolls, and she tells her doll, oh, you so damn fine. And Naomi look at her, Geneva, she's like, and Geneva says, you're not supposed to say that or whatever. She said, or where did you hear that from? She said, okay, so she said, you're not supposed to say that or whatever. She said, kids, pick up everything or whatever. She said, well, Daddy said it to the pretty lady. Well, tell Daddy don't say it to the pretty lady. She said, what pretty lady? And, of course, the little baby didn't have all the information, and Geneva was, basically grilling her like a lawyer. And I'm like, oh, baby, hold on, she 5. But like I said, if you're going to spill, like I told my friend, if you're going to spill the tea, make sure all the information. Just don't say, oh, well, this and that. So, oh, Lord, the baby don't know all the tea. And mama, mama want no information. She's like, the little girl, she's like, what's the baby's name? She said Maddie. She's like, Maddie's mom, whatever. She's like, what's her last name? What's Maddie's last name? I don't know. And then, hold on, let's talk about it. So, Geneva goes on a, what should I say? Geneva goes on a hunt. She calls Anika's teacher 10 times looking for information on the little girl Maddie. She was like, I want to do a play date or whatever. Can I get the information for the child? She basically, and also I want to say this, the teacher also threw shade at Anika, basically saying, when parents are involved, because of course Geneva works all the time. And I understand Geneva has to work because she works or whatever. I don't know what William does. That's none of my business, because I don't think it has brought up yet. But basically, William is basically, the more involved parent, and Geneva is, I'm the mom. I'm a go-getter. I'm gonna go get this. And there's nothing wrong with that. There isn't. But he's involved or whatever. He knows about all like this stuff probably going on in school, and Geneva probably doesn't know, but I don't know, because this is the first episode. So we like when parents are involved. I'm like, oh my gosh, not her throwing shade. And basically, like she said, like she reminded her on the phone, she's like I said, that we love when parents are involved. So Geneva gets in her beautiful car and she drives to the school. And she knocks and she sees the janitor. The janitor knows who she is, so he lets her in. She's like, my daughter forgot her teddy bear, and she said she can't sleep without it or whatever. And he was like, I know you, so he let her in or whatever. And then they're talking. The janitor gets to tell him to see, he starts telling her about, and she's like, oh, there's my daughter right there. She's like, oh, there's the little girl my daughter was talking about, how to play mate. She learns the little girl's name, and the janitor tells her about the parents. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. He done spilled the tea. So she done got the last name. Now watch what she do. Being a lawyer, I know Geneva's gonna get on the internet and she's gonna start searching. and she about to find out, because she gonna find out who is this pretty lady. Now, I don't know where it's gonna go from there, but I know it's got to get juicy. Okay, and I know that banquet is about to get juicy too. The church is doing a banquet or whatever to raise money, and of course, Pastor Jefferson is saying set some seats aside or whatever, and Rashida's like, I hope it's not for Jeff or whatever. And she told Jeff, I hope it's not for Franklin. He was like, Franklin's my friend or whatever. He said, basically that Naomi needs to get over what kind of pastor are you? I understand you're trying to be a tough-hearted pastor. Like, Lord have mercy. But let's talk about the biggest tea on that episode. The biggest tea is a young lady came into the office and called the first lady several times to have a sit-down counseling session, because she counsels people. And she was like, will God forgive me? She's like, yes, he will. She said, will you forgive me? She said, have you basically like sinned against? She's like, yes. She said, I've been sleeping with your husband. And then we see the next week's preview. Somebody posted it. I'm looking like, and it looks like Rashida's reading the Bible to her. And I'm looking like, baby, this is not the time to pray. It's time to throw hands and catch a charge or something. Okay, not throw hands and catch a charge. I mean, I'm all for Rashida. I'll sit there and defend your character. I don't have no problem with tell your character Rashida, throw them hands. But why is this 19-year-old sitting in your office saying she is sleeping with your husband? And I know your husband's probably pushing 40 in this show. What the hell is Pastor what is your husband doing? What is Pastor Jefferson doing with this underage daughter? And not underage daughter, underage child, 19 years old? Oh no, come on, sir. I hope this is just a game. I hope this is a dream. I hope it's not true. Because if she's 19 and he's sleeping with her, oh baby, I'm going to be on your ass this whole season. I know I am. Because 19, what the hell? Because your children probably in high school too. Oh no, sir, you don't get no freaking pass from me. None at all. Because when he said he was on his way out of the meeting to go somewhere because he had another meeting, oh baby, like my cousin said, he probably going to go see a girl. He better not have went to go see that 19-year-old girl. He better not. And if she's 19 and he was messing with her, and probably there's more. Oh my God, what the hell did I just watch? What the hell did I watch? Rashida, I hope your husband is not cheating. And Naomi got her rocks off with somebody she paid. And oh, shout out to Bolo. He plays on All the Queensmen, and he got to play on the episode. And Naomi was trying to stalk her ex-husband, his new wife, or new girlfriend, whatever the hell she is, and they kind of like basically restricted her, blocked her or whatever, so he let her use his account. And then she tried to threaten him with a pum, and he was like, he ain't scared of it. I'm like, oh Lord, gee, she done found her local in the Capaz. I say, is he gonna be like Andre is to Danny to help mend her fences? And I said, she done found her crazy one. So this is gonna unfold. This is gonna be a lot. We find out about Geneva's husband saying, "Oh, you so damn fine," to one of the kids' parents. Let's see where that's gonna go. Naomi and her ex-husband Franklin crashing out. Oh Lord, I don't know what I'm gonna see. And then Naomi getting divorced. What's that gonna see? She said her man didn't have no money. And then we're seeing Bridget. I like how Bridget and Naomi was sitting at a nail salon, and Bridget was telling T, and then when she asked Naomi was trying to be, she said, well, I'm gonna call Geneva. She's like, well, whatever. And Bridget was trying to keep it peaceful, like, not tell people business or whatever. It's not right to tell people business. And then she remind her about, hey, you're shacking with somebody, y'all are not married. I'm like, bro, not the shacking, basically, like living with somebody and y'all are not married. Y'all, this is about to be a whirlwind. Tyler Perry gonna have us on a roller coaster, and I am all for it. Let's see what we can get into. But if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. You don't want to miss any of my updates. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know I ramble and I was all over the place, but you catch my drift, and I hope you guys liked it, and I hope you guys comment below and tell me what you think. All right, you guys, thanks, bye.